What's going on, Sith friends? Darth Kimchi here. Next off of the roster review list, we've got AwesomeT. And look at that guild name. It's definitely not in English. If anyone can read that, put what it means in the comment section. I would definitely like to know. Alright everyone, if you're new to my channel, I like to do roster reviews. I love to see what people have built up in the game, and I try to give tips and just my insight on what you're going to go through, because I know exactly what's going to happen. You know, I'm in Kyber 3, I've been to Kyber 2, I know exactly what you're going to go through, so I try to give some insight. My buddy Stanimal the Ravenous kind of gave me some criticism on my last review, and just want to let everyone know I'm not perfect. I am not a roster review expert. I do this for free. I just know exactly what everyone's going to go through. So for instance, he's in a Rhodium 4. That's still fun. You know, coming up from Chromium, that's the land of fun. In Rhodium 4, Rhodium 5, not bad at all. Rhodium 3 is not bad. At Rhodium 1, you'll start facing the nasty rosters. Then, of course, you're going to jump to Kyber. That's where I'm at now. So I know what you're going to go through. You got to have 6 to 8 fleets, which no one's going to have. You're not going to have enough Galactic Legends because there's no time to build GLs. So let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit. So, of course, top 25 in fleet. Great job. That's how you get those crystals. Let me turn that down. So I always want to see the capital ships first. You know, I want to see what everyone's running with. All right, so right off the bat, of course, no Executor yet. You know, that's hard to do in a Rhodium 4. You're going to get to Kyber 3. That's where 96 to 98% of everyone will have Executor with the nasty R8 to R9 Piet. So what I think you've done amazingly is that you went for SLKR first, and he's got Finalizer. I hear through my Discord, through great people, that Finalizer can take out Executor. My great buddy Nemesis can. And he is very good in his Fleet Shard, so if you need help, he's definitely in my Discord. We got a show coming. So look at Malevolence, not Relict General Grievous yet. Negotiator with R5 only. General Kenobi, I say only just because it's going to help out Negotiator. Negotiator's an amazing fleet. He's still ranked pretty high in his fleet arena, so good job there. But he's got no 6-dotted mods. So that's what also helps out Negotiators when you 6-dot all the mods. Let's go take a look at, I saw, you know, you need, right now you only need 4 fleets, but you're going to need 6. You know, no one's using Endurance. Okay, good job with not leveling it up. Capital ship upgrade materials are hard to come by. Use them wisely. Executrix, you're probably gonna have to use that thing. Home 1 is great, you know, with only a gear 11, gear 12 Akbar. I do love Chimera as well. Let's go look at your front roster. Actually, I'm so sorry, I didn't even look at, you know, the regular ships. Okay, let's go through that real quick. Okay, Houndstooth, I saw that. You didn't have a relic boss. That definitely is a must. So I can already see relic levels, you know, only an R1 Chewbacca, not even a relic 1 Han. Okay, Ebon Hawk, Pilotless Effers. Those are a long grind. I just 7-starred behind a bomber. Bacon Tomato is great. You need all those ships. It's a great job that you have them all R7. Fleets, a never-ending grind. We just got to keep working on it. I hate working on fleet, and so do a lot of other people. Alright, so look at that SLKR squad. So right off the bat, there's no Datacron. Those are a must. In Radium 4, probably not really, you know, too much going on down there, but in Kyber 3, everyone has Datacrons, and they're nasty. They have the shiny person who it's for, JML. I've seen one from Malgus. I faced my first Malgus. This is ridiculous. So you got to work on Datacrons. It's a must. Let's get into your roster. Alright guys, 4 million. You guys know I respect the grind. Huge Sith bump to everyone. So Stanimal was giving me some criticism that I did say I do respect the grind, but then he was saying that I was kind of ripping someone's roster, and I don't do that. You know, I may use the wrong choice of words, but I'm trying to be super helpful. Like I said, I know exactly what you're going to go through and where your tunes definitely need to be at, and what and how, what teams are good and what teams are not good. All right, so right off the bat, I do forget a lot because I'm trying to keep roster reviews no less than like, you know, no more than like 27 minutes. I'm trying to go through them pretty quick, and I skip a lot of stuff. That's why I love the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes community. If I miss anything, put it in that comment section. We're all here to help each other grow in the game. All right, so right off the bat, I like to do an overview to kind of show the community what he has. So he's got SLKR, but right after SLKR, it should be Gas as the top tune. So right off the bat, it's only R3. Got Darth Revan, only R3. JKR R3 and Rhodium 4, not too bad. Okay, Jedi Anakin R7, very nice there. Okay, you got CLS, which is an amazing squad. Good job for getting it. Not R1. Padme, R3, not too bad. R4 is where I have her at. Okay, Darth Malik. So I talked about that. My buddy Stan, he kind of ripped me on that I said that he should be R9. Well, of course, I don't mean right away. That's hard to do, especially if you're not getting R8 materials. That's hard for a lot of people just to get R8. The brains R9 is a total different story. Like, I get so many less brains. I only have one R9 toon. He's my General Kenobi because of Negotiator. But he should definitely be on the back of your mind. To be one of your first toons to R9 is Darth Malik. All right. Let's see here. I'm looking for now. What I'm looking for is like Omicrons. Like, must have Omicrons. All right, so I'm not seeing Wampa. Wampa's definitely a must. Hermit Yoda, great job there. Okay. Where do you even have Wampa? Let's see here. Empress Nest, very nice. I love Empress Nest. Moff Gideon. Let's see. We'll see how fast he is. Wampa. Okay, that's awesome. So respect that. You hoarded get 1 to get Wampa. That is a long grind right there. Great job. You already have him 7 stars. This is a must. This should be relic by like the next Grand Arena go around. All your materials, your crystals should be going to get Wampa to relic and getting the Omicron. Must have. Everyone should have Wampa. He must be accounted for on defense. Must have squad. All right, that's what I was kind of looking for. Let's now go back to the top. Dash Rendar, also amazing. Let's go back to the top. So that was the overview. All right, now of course we saw the relic levels. We definitely know that needs to work. A lot of people are free to play. It's hard to build those relic levels. You could work all day in relic, like maybe one toon. So it does take a lot of work, but we need to work on the relic levels. Okay, and then Omicrons. Definitely gotta get that Wampa Omicron, Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron. Now I want to see speed. You guys know I preach speed all the time. All right, so you guys see he only has 1 Galactic Legend. He's already in a Rhodium 4. He's gonna jump to a Rhodium 2, a Rhodium 1, boom, and then in the Kyber with only 1 GL, just like me. So what has helped me is I preach having full relic squads with great mods and great speed. It is the way of the game. So right off the bat, I already see an issue. You have Darth Sidious as your first fastest non-galactic legend at 300 speed. Okay, that's a 330 speed Darth Sidious if you're using with oh no, because that's not first order, so you wouldn't use him with SLKR. So 300 speed Darth Sidious. If those mods are fast, those belong on Darth Revan. Darth Revan should be your first fastest non-galactic legend toon. General Hux should probably be your second. Okay, we'll talk about Hux in first order. 294. It's actually not too bad at all, but we're trying to get him faster. All right, so we have 1 toon at 300 speed. So it's hard to work on so much at one time. I totally get it, Stanimal. It's so hard, but I truly believe, like I said, guys, you will not build enough Galactic Legends to compete with people in K3. You got to build great squads, great mods, solidify teams. Start researching teams that you can beat Galactic Legends with non-GLs. All right, let's get out of speed. Well, let's just check Darth Revan. We'll check it on the faction. 269. All right, not bad at all for offense. If he takes a turn, that's great. But on defense, there's bounty hunter squads that can take out Darth Revan without even Zam Wessel Omicron. All right, Grand Admiral Thrawn should definitely be like in your top 5 to me, non-galactic legend. 243. He's used on offense all the time. He needs the fracture. Very good tunes. Moff Gideon's way down there as well. Okay, let's get out of speed. Let's just take a look at the factions. We'll talk about his factions. We'll save first order for last. We'll look at your 501st. So of course, 501st is a must-have squad. I preach all the time, it is an amazing must-have squad. But to me, everyone is modding their gas better. Like, your gas basically has to cancel out the other gas. It comes down to, how fast is your Rex? Whoever can get to aerial advantage first. I don't care about offense on Rex. I want survivability. It would be terrible if you get to aerial advantage, you can't even use it because you already lost him. So here, 253 speed. Now I know he gets down to speed from his kit, but you want to have him fast. It comes down to sometimes telling you whose Rex is faster. I've faced so many gas mirror matches. Mine's 320. I'm shooting for like 330. There's so many fast toons out there nowadays where if you do put gas on defense, they can outspeed Rex, and that shouldn't happen. Rex should always go first, especially with the 20% from the kit. 5s, you don't even have R1. So great job that you got the clones. You know, I know Stanimal, it's hard. Like when I get into the review, I kind of just go at it and it kind of just, because I in my mind, I know what's going to happen. So you definitely want a 6-dot mod. I like a defense set with 5 just because he's thick. You want to make him super thick, you know, try to get as much offense in the secondaries without going for offense mods or critical damage mods, because when he sacrifices, you can transfer that offense on. Echo and Arc Trooper, your damage dealers. Critical damage or offense, depending on how deep your mod pool is, you want to see either or. Here should be maxed out offense in the primary. Here should be critical damage with offense percentage and speed in the secondary, because I'm a big believer in that. Critical damage with offense percentage in the secondary. Max out the square. Up here, I would do offense primary with speed in the secondary, because Echo is a massive damage dealer. He takes a lot of assisting. So Echo's damage should be, you know, speed, you know, 230, 240. His damage should be no less than like 63, 6400. His offense, try to get it to very close to 10,000. Mine's over 10,000. I said he is a damage dealer. Him in Arc. Gas is now just a meatball. He's a tank. When he sits down, these two will go to work. The turret cannot crit. You want to max out the square. You want to see offense percentage here, great job. You want to see offense percentage here, great job. Here you want the speed with offense percentage in the secondary, because you want him to be very fast and also doing a lot of damage. All right. Okay, let's go take a look at gases before we get out of your 501st. So good job with the 4 offense. You know, I'd recommend 2 health, 2 defense, even 2 potency. Just hear me out. I have more defense percentage than people who have a defense secondary set. So I have the exact same thing, 4 offense, 2 health. Take a look at stats. So he's only R3. So in a Rhodium 4, he's probably doing some great things. You know, I really want to know if this is an offensive or defensive gas. You know, that's why I can't wait to go live to talk to the community. Definitely should be R7, R8. All right. Here protection 103,000, not too bad. You know, you're over 100,000. So my gas has like 120. So right off the bat, yours would sit down before mine. Our speed's about the same. I think mine's like 266. Potency about the same. Of course, you want to try to get a lot of potency through the secondary, because if you can get it, you don't have to strive for it. Because a lot of people use CLS and the Chewies to take on gas, and you can daze the Chewies. You know, it's more beneficial. All right. Damage only at 6,500 barely. So I talk about that all the time. So this gas is hitting like a noodle. My gas has like 10,300 damage. So Stanimal, you know, when I say that, like, you know, this gas hits like a noodle, you know, maybe that's a bad choice of words. So great job that you got gas. You know, it's a big achievement. So I didn't hoard get one. I got gas at 5 stars. It took me forever to get gas at 7 stars. So I respect that. I love that you have him. He's a must-have toon. He just needs some work. Definitely R7, R8. We all know R9 is hard to do. So anyone that you want to do massive damage, perfect. You want to see mod like this. Offense percentage in the secondary. Potency is fantastic for gas, but if that offense, flat offense was protection percentage, that's kind of ideally the mod you want to look for over the speed. Let's see, you're up here, maxed out offense. It's got protection barely at 2%. All right. Here, very nice. 4% offense. Tenacity is okay. I don't care about the tenacity. Speed, potency is 2%. Here you got to go protection. It's got a big chunk of protection. It's got 20 speed. If the tenacity was potency, would be great. Or if it was offense percentage, which is a need because you're lacking a lot of offense. Here, critical damage. So I've had a critical damage triangle, but you get ripped in the world for this. So it should be critical damage with offense percentage, speed, and protection percentage in the secondary. It's only at 1.84%. I see why you haven't 6-dotted. I'm sure you're looking for a better mod. And then here, speed with protection percentage, the crit chance of that was offense percentage. That defense is nice because it does need to be pretty thick. So not too bad. You know, good job. You got gas. You just need some more work. Try to shoot for no less than 125, 120,000 protection. Speed, you got a pretty much where it needs to be at. Offense, like I said, no less than 9,500. He's got to have the, you have some good mods. He just needs the relic levels corrected. And then defense, try to shoot for close to, no less than 60%. All right, let's keep going. I love gassing the 501st. I just try to give as many tips as I possibly can. All right, let's go to, he doesn't have bad batch, bounty hunters. You guys know I talk about it all the time. All right, so bounty hunters, you only need a relic boss. I have several shows on this. Orasing led bounty hunters will take out, I don't want to say all, 95, my buddy Excellence, but like not all, 95% of all Darth Revan squads with only a relic boss. Now, of course, Malgus changes it up, but I just love bounty hunters. They're a must-have squad. If you get them fast enough with Zamwesa Omicron, you could take out Star Killer teams. Star Killer teams get close to 400 speed, some are over 400. But they definitely are beneficial for everyone to get them because you want a super fast squad, and they're amazing. With Zamwesa Omicron, must-have squad. Only a Relic 5 boss. All right, let's keep going. Empire. You guys know I love the Empire. So right off the bat, Moff Gideon, Grand Admiral Thrawn, need to go into like a mod training camp. Like get them fast because Vader, we'll look at Vader. 4 critical damage to critical chance. Very nice, Same thing, depending how your mod pool is when you're coming up in the game. 4 critical damage, 4 off is totally acceptable. He doesn't really need a crit chance anymore because of Merciless and how he got nerfed. He needs a potency secondary set. There's so much resisting as you climb up in the levels that I have nightmares on resisting. So he wants a lot of potency. So with Vader, you're gonna move him on to bigger and better things every kind of like level you go up. Early on, fun to solo bugs, duo with Wat Tambor for fun, take out Night Caesar super easily, he's a great squad. But as you move up in levels, he should move up to like Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron. I can have him with just Thrawn and some garbage tunes, and Darth Talon's only needed for the offense and the speed, and you could take out Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron teams, which are nasty to see on defense. He should move on to bigger and better things. So for Qui-Gon Jinn, Galactic Legend Rey, he can beat GL Rey. He needs 4 speed mods and 2 potency, but great how you have him now. Let's take a look. Health protection, I guess I never care about that. Speed 226 with critical damage for how you're using him now is probably totally fine. He's probably getting close to 300 speed with the squad you're running with. Potency should be no less than 85%. You don't have a potency secondary set, so good job there. Should be close to like 95. Mine's over 100%. Offense 6600. We definitely need to have some work on that. So he's R7. I do R8 my Vader. I love Darth Vader. I'll probably R9 him once that day comes. You want to max out the square. You want to see, offense percentage, secondary heater, speed with potency percentage. That's the 3 things I'm looking for Vader. Whatever the 4th is, I don't care. Mods like this is great early on, but you're going to get to a point where you're going to start focusing on endgame mods. So I'm shooting for at least no less than 2 things that my toon needs. Shooting for 3. 4 is definitely hard to get. Here in the cross, definitely needs potency percentage primary, but the god tier endgame mod would be an offense percentage with speed, would definitely be in the secondary. Okay, same thing up here, critical damage with offense percentage, it's less than 1%, and it's already rolled up twice. Definitely a replaceable mod. And then up here, potency's nasty. If that protection was offense percentage, would be a nasty mod. So it said, that's great now. You'll definitely move your Vader on to bigger and better things. He's a great, amazing squad. All right. You don't have Mara Jade. Mara Jade is highly recommended. At 3-4 stars with the Zeta, she does very well. Your tunes very rarely take a turn. With Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron, very rare Thrawn can beat Vader in speed. It's very hard to do that. My Vader goes first. My Thrawn's 330. My Vader still goes first. You need to fracture, Jedi Knight Anakin, and they can get fast. At least a Jedi Knight Anakin can get at least to 310 pretty easily with Qui-Gon Jinn lead. So Thrawn should definitely be pretty fast. All right, let's keep going. All right, let's look at first order. We'll look at that last. Galactic Republic. Trying to be super helpful. So Stanimal, I know that I choose some wrong words sometimes, but it's very hard to give proper, I'm just doing the best I can. I see what he has. It's a great job that he has what he has, but I've just been playing for so long, kind of just know what you're going to go through. So R5 General Kenobi should release, like I said, R7, you know, try to shoot for 6 dotting the mods for sure. Padme R3, R4 is totally fine. You have her at 275 speed, not too bad if you're running a slower Padme. I hated her slow because she would get ability blocked or stunned before she takes a turn. I know she can dispel it, but Jedi Anakin R7, very nice. 6 dotted mods are definitely where you need to get to. Speed 230, potency 65%, damage 7200. Anakin depends on how you're using it. If you're using with Padme still, I think you are. If you're putting him on defense, be careful. Potency only 65%. A lot of people use Darth Malik to solo Padme squads easier than Nest, so the potency needs to be pretty high. My Nest, for reference, has 173 or 174% tenacity, so I definitely have 100% more tenacity than your Anakin has potency. But definitely, it works. It's a never-ending grind, you know. It's got to keep grinding and grinding. All right, see, Grandmaster Yoda's not relicked. Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron is a must-have squad. It's amazing. I would highly recommend you work on Mace Windu as well. Mace Windu is kind of like General Kenobi. General Kenobi, you're gonna have to save him for other teams like Padme, you know, if you get Jedi Master Kenobi. So Mace Windu has to be with Qui-Gon Jinn, because if you touch another Jedi, he taunts. It makes the Vader count a little harder if you don't know what you're doing. Mace Windu definitely is a must-have. All right, let's keep going. Don't sleep on Shock T as well. There's just a lot, you know. It's just a never-ending grind. Imperial Troopers, you got them. They're great. Iden, I have her. She's amazing. Let's see, Admiral Piet, I saw you had to speed him up. 258, you know, that's a 278 Piet. You know, R4, see, like when I talk, Stanimal, I get it, you know, and R4, this is great, you know, for where you have him at, but I don't see what you're facing in R4. In my mind, I just see what I see in Land of Kyber. All right, Jedi. Okay, see, and it's also, you know, Datacrons are must have now with rosters. You know, like I said, you can't build enough Galactic Legends, so Datacrons now come into effect. You know, they can stop counters, so you have to full relic squads now. You know, R3, Jolie, you know, Bastila. To put a Datacron on a Jedi Knight Revan squad, which should be a pretty easy squad to put one on, they have to be at least R3 to get some of the benefits, and then all have to be R5. So definitely it's the best time to start working on relicking toons. All right, let's keep going. Let's go look at Rebel. You had Rebels. So like right here, Rebels is a great squad. You know, Rhodium 4, this team's probably putting in some work. You know, let's just respect that a little bit. You know, I forget about that sometimes because I'm just trying to keep shows where they need to be. We're already at 23 minutes. You know, I could talk all day about rosters, but I want them to kind of be pretty efficient and not too long. So you couldn't put a Datacron on the squad, and I have them all R5, you know, no less than R5. Chewbacca, Chewpio, or R6, same thing as Han Solo. My CLS is R7. I had to R5 C-3PO to put a great Datacron on them. Like, who R5s C-3PO, right? But that's something that people have to be working on, because like I said, I beat people with 3 Galactic Legends all the time. 4, because they have no solidified squad or mods or any kind of speed. So definitely a great squad to work on. You know, I could talk all day about a TLS squad. I'll do a show on it, but definitely work on it. It is amazing. Let's keep going. Separatists, I definitely think everyone should work on. You know, Separatists are great. You don't want to put them on defense anymore because of Wampa and Bad Batch, but they're amazing on offense. A General Grievous squad can take out Sith Eternal pretty easily, can take out JML squads. You're going to face a lot of that because you're coming up in the levels. If you're not facing it already, like JML squads that are not that nasty, Sith Eternals on defense, General Grievous, B1, B2, Magna Guard, and either Nute Gunray or Wat Tambor are great. Wat Tambor needs to be worked on, his gear. My great buddy Hello there, who's Jordica, you don't need him. Let's keep going. All right, we'll talk about Sith in the first order if we get out of here. So Sith, same thing. So my buddy Stanimal kind of ripped me on. I said that Darth Revan, Darth Malik, Bastila Shan Fallen, HK, and Set are a terrible team. hey, truthfully, they actually are. It is one of the easiest teams to take it on defense. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, it's set, it's easy, it's gonna be easy. The nastiest squad is Darth Revan, Darth Malak, Basilisk Sean Fallen, Sith Marauder, and HK. That squad is nasty because Sith Marauder and HK do some one-shotting. I've used bounty hunters for my whole Grand Arena career, knocking out Darth Revan squads. And I don't have them full relic, so I can lose 2 toons because of Sith Marauder and HK. I'll still win, but that's just losing banners. Set, it's just too easy to take out. Helps me trigger the contract too easily. That's why I talked about Darth Malak, how I said Darth Malak should be R9, My buddy Stan was telling me, how do I know that they can get R9 materials? Yes, he's probably not getting R9 or R8 materials at the level he's at now, but it definitely should be on your mind. You got to get them faster, especially if you're putting them on defense, just because people are using Aura lead bounty hunter squads without the Xamos or Omicron to take out Darth Revan. So definitely work on them. And then Trey and Scion. So because you don't have them relic, R3 with trash mods, health defense, I did a show on them, will allow you to pull your Vader by taking out bugs, because you need to answer for bugs. Also, Trey and Scion can easily take out Mon Mothma squads. So I would highly recommend, the trio. They are great. Darth Trey, Darth Scion first. I haven't used Nihilus at all for bugs. To move your Vader on to bigger and better things. Alright, let's go back to First Order. Of course, guys, I said, so I love the Star Wars Galaxy Series community. I'm pretty sure I skipped something. If I did, put it in the comments section. I love to respond to comments and hear what people have to say. Alright, first off, buddy, we talked about Datacrons. Datacrons now, I do hate them. Have I worked on them? Yes. Am I using them? Yes. You have to. Especially players like us who don't have what we need to face these big accounts as we move up. Datacrons are a must. So right off the bat, SOKR is one of the easiest Galactic Legends to take out with JKR and JKL. I do it all the time. So easy. I've done so many shows on it. But what would stop that quickly is a Datacron. If you put a Datacron with just, the low level where they all have to be R3 with tenacity and health steal, it's over. SOKR with health steal and tenacity is ridiculous. Same thing with General Hux. So right off the bat, I'm gonna look at General Hux. So I'm not knocking on this squad at all. I'm just trying to be helpful. If someone talked about my SOKR squad and what I need to do, I would listen. I would think it's helpful. So R5 is probably totally fine. Tenacity, because he cannot be ability blocked or stunned by Basta. Now, of course, people are probably using their Galactic Legend to take out General Hux, but I use JKR and JKL. I need to do an update. Alright, so look at speed. So right off the bat, 294 is not bad at all. He gets a 30 boost from SOKR. But if you can get him to a base speed of 320, that's not too hard to do. 320, that puts him at 350 because he gets stunned by JKL. He skips his first turn. He loses it. So he never takes a turn, General Hux. If he's not faster than 320 base speed, he never takes a turn. If he is that fast, he'll pass Terminator to SOKR and it's basically over. And then the tenacity, 163% is pretty nice. If you get to 170% with secondaries and some more speed, I see you do have some chances. That'd be super beneficial for your General Hux. 170, 175% tenacity, 320 speed would be nasty. Those are the SOKR squads that I lose to because of General Hux. Set. Our Sith Trooper never takes a turn. He is the first person to mark, and this one modded like this, I would take him out with the mark. So the reason, another reason why this counter can fail is that if Sith Trooper survives after the mark. So that's why a lot of top squads that are higher level don't use critical damage or offense. They use health and defense mods. This is maxed out health protection. This is maxed out health protection. This is health protection. This is not speed. This is health and protection with some speed in the secondary. Like I said, he only takes the first turn in the beginning when he assists SOKR. He never takes a turn. He could have 1,000,000 damage. It would never matter. All right. So after that, of course, First Order Stormtrooper and Kylo Ren Unmasked will kind of do those as a duo. So R5 is the standard, R7 is the standard, and Kylo Ren Unmasked. If I had Kylo Ren Unmasked and I had SLKR squad, and I want to make sure that squad was just amazing, Now, of course, this is if you're putting it on defense. You know, with the proper Datacron, you probably don't need the R8 or R9 Kylo Ren mask. I don't think both of them can avoid being. Kylo Ren mask cannot avoid being two-shotted by JKL. In 2 hits, Kylo Ren mask is gone, so he can't avoid that. First Order Stormtrooper on an AOE by SOKR. When the First Order Stormtrooper is taunting, my JKL can take him out in 1 swipe because his basic does damage, extra damage to tanks. So I understand the all health. I still don't think that can be avoided. So good job there. So, and then I guess last thing is this SOKR. So good job with SOKR. All maxed out. We all know the grind for a Galactic Legend is insane. Good job there, buddy, and great job getting SOKR. I probably should have done that as well instead of Jedi Master Kenobi, because Jedi Master Kenobi is garbage without Cat. I don't have Cat yet, and he does not have a fleet behind him. So Kylo Ren Masked, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren does. Finalizer, great job. You got the GL tickets. That's nasty. R8, okay, if it's easy to get the materials for you. Take a look at his stats. He's the same thing. So I can ability block SOKR all the time with Old Ben and Bastila Shan. I can control SOKR. So I'm looking for, health protection as much as you get. That doesn't really matter to me. The Datacron's gonna come to play. Speed 562. So there's no way that he can double up my Old Ben and Bastila. That's the thing, is that you got to get his speed pretty fast. So this is a 592 speed Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. I just don't get doubled up. So that's actually pretty quick, not too bad at all. And then potency, great. Tenacity, I think he needs a lot of tenacity as well, because you don't want to have him ability blocked. I put Jedi Master's training on Bastila. I'm able to ability block him very easily. Damage, close to 10,000. The ones that are nasty SOKRs are like, 12,000 damage, lots of speed. And they actually have tenacity at like 90%, pretty high. That's a pretty nasty SOKR there. So great job. You got SOKR. That's awesome, man. Let me know what you're doing in your SOKR squad. Are you using for offense, defense? I hope you're not using them for defense. If you are, I hope those tips were helpful. All right, so let's get a first order. 31 minutes. So see, Stanimal, I went so fast to this review. Reviews could be like an hour long. I love to talk, especially when I go live. It's gonna be amazing. But anyway, so Stanimal, hope you understand where I'm coming from. I'm not perfect. I'm not a roster review expert. I'm just trying to give insight to what you're gonna go through, because I know I'm there now. I only have one Galactic Legend. I know exactly what you're gonna go through. All right, so like I said, quick little overview. Relic levels. Now with Datacrons, full relicking squads are so important. Datacrons are now the way to go. For people like us that are coming up through the levels, I just had 4 million galactic power. It's gonna be your mods and your squads, and your core. I talk about it all the time. Building teams or researching teams to beat GLs with non-GLs. And then of course, your Datacrons. You already need one for your SOKR squad. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this roster review, definitely blast that like button. Keep on sipping, and until next time, DK signing out.